In 1972, English band Curved Air released their third and perhaps quirkiest album, Phantasmagoria, and from it the track Not Quite the Same. Okay, and we have quite an ensemble here of trumpet and trombone guesting on the track. More names than 8 people. Yeah, right, playing right over the intro piano of Francis Monkman. Okay, song proper now, getting jazzier.
Mavis couldn't make it on Saturday. Beryl was stuck on the tube from Victoria.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
And the rest had all gone. The boyfriend's the only one left. Was the one in his head, so he
Okay, I love the shakiness of this.
it himself, quite amusing himself by
So wavy.
abusing himself.
That piano, dun dun dun. The way it's just like.
All of his life he had wanted one true love, one girl he could worship all day out all night. And
I love her vocal cadence. The way it's just kind of like bouncing over these rhythmic structures.
all the girls he had met in his short life were girls who always quite looked like his dad's wife, so he
And it's so understated too. It's almost you have to really listen for it. Let's catch up with what she's saying. Mavis couldn't quite make it on Saturday. Oh God, I would have to. I would have to actually follow along with the lyrics to know what, because I can't even. I can't hear the melody in the vocal melody as I read these out because it just went by so fast. Beryl was stuck on the tube. Okay, let me start over again. Mavis couldn't quite make it on Saturday. Beryl was stuck on the tube from Victoria. Cheryl and the rest had all found new boyfriends. The only one left was the one in his head. So he busies himself, quite amusing himself, by abusing himself. Is that about... That's about self-gratification, because abusing oneself used to be kind of a cynical way of putting that. Yeah, this Cheryl is no longer his girlfriend. So this guy's all alone on a Saturday. His friends are out. His girlfriend is taken up with someone else, and okay, I know I at least know what the first vignette is about it.
himself, quite amusing himself by abusing himself.
That there's that hook there. There she was singing it by amusing himself, abusing himself.
Oh dear, what a pity, what a shame, oh what a shame.
What a shame, guilty, what a shame. Yeah, this being the era when that was kind of a taboo topic. Now she's giving us kind of her higher tone. She has kind of a voice that you would hear more in vocal jazz rather than like anything like rock or like folk rock related.
Always say sorry. Never quite the same, not quite the same.
Okay, the arrangement to this is quite. Let's say when you take in, I think the thing that I mostly notice as this song goes by me is just that flurry of that rhythmic flurry and just the vocal cadence. But this. Okay, we were kind of in sort of a chambery type section there, and now we're going back into the really zany. Now it's going to get even more zany. Now, what is that sound? That. Yeah, what is that? Now we've of course got the brass, and we've got the two main instrumentalists providing a lot of the sound here. It's probably just some weird synthesizer sound that Francis Monkman cooked up. Or Darryl Way, who also plays synthesizer. And aside from the eight horn players that guest on this track, the bulk of the sound is made by keyboardist Francis Monkman and violinist synthesizer player Darryl Way, both of whom would leave the band after this album, and they were collectively replaced by a young Eddie Jobson, who was a powerhouse on both those instruments for the album Aircut. Although Darryl Way, after recording three albums in quick succession with his own band, Darryl Way's Wolf, would rejoin the band during the mid-'70s, during the Stuart Copeland era of the band, Midnight Wire and Airborne. Francis Monkman would go on to Library Music and a whole bunch of stuff, and he would ultimately 801, and then ultimately become part of the classical supergroup Sky, with Kevin Peake and Australian world-class guitarist John Williams. And that crafty bass is, of course, by Mike Wedgwood. Funny, there are a lot of wood names in this band. I'm wondering, Wedgwood and Linwood. I'm wondering if I don't know the story. Did Sonja Kristina downplay the Linwood name to avoid confusion with the name Wedgwood?
Sitting one evening wrapped up in the TV, his doggy insists that he must find a tree, so he...
I wonder if her vocals are kind of like muted somewhat. She's singing this kind of like muted, but just really jumpy, because she wants to keep the lyrics somewhat of a mystery. She only wants like the really probing listeners to find out what this is about. Let's see. Verse 2. All of his life he had wanted one true love, one girl he could worship all day out, all night in. Alice, all the girls he had met in his short life were girls who always quite looked like his dad's wife. So he doesn't like the girls that are out there. They remind him of his own mom. So he busied himself, quite amusing himself by abusing himself. Yeah, okay, we know. It's about a guy who just is going loveless in an era when, anyway, oh dear, what a pity, what a shame, oh, what a shame. Girls on glossy paper, never quite the same, not quite the same. So girls in real life don't compare to the girls on page 3. Always saying sorry, never quite the same, not quite the same. Sitting one evening wrapped up in TV, his doggy insists that he must find a tree, so he puts on his coat. Okay, the dog needs a walk. And he searches around for a platinum lighter. He dropped on the ground and he buries himself, where he uses himself for... Oh, bruises himself, where he uses himself for abusing himself. So, I don't know, mundane life. The guy taking up, like, vice, like smoking. Out in the park, he was walking his doggy. He saw a young lady who made him feel soggy. He spoke to her softly. She made not a sound. Then he realized that his match he had found. She was losing herself, quite amusing herself by abusing her. So he found a like-minded woman, apparently, while walking his dog, after having lived somewhat of a lonely life for a time.
on his coat, and he searches around for a platinum lighter. He dropped on the ground, and he bruises himself, where he uses himself for abusing himself.
God, here, just everyone going in a different direction, it seems, with this track.
Out in the park, he was walking his doggy. He's
Boom, 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 boom. I guess maybe it's the bass that she's following close.
a young lady who made him feel sorry.
Yeah, boom, boom, boom.
To her softly, she made not a sound.
And then they're being flanked by the horns. Dun, 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 dun.
He realized that his match he had found. She was losing herself, quite amusing herself by abusing herself.
I can't think of, there aren't many, usually when she sings, she's pretty commanding, but she's just really being flanked in all directions on this track. Okay, now there's a Darryl Way moment there, and of course the hired guns. Yeah, I love the jumpy, zany, squiggly. Yeah, squiggly. It had that kind of feel. It was just constantly the melody and just everything was kind of like on like a big, fast, wave pattern all the way through. Yeah, that was not quite the same by Curved Air. Let's hear the next track on the album, Cheetah. Okay, a real Darryl Way showcase. Okay, it's really Darryl Way, but the rhythm section are really playing to the max. That really brisk. Now we're going into a real strum, really windy. Oh, those drum rolls, yeah, by Florian Pilkington-Miksa, yeah, who pretty much was with the band through this album anyway, and he was with the band through the first three albums, and then rejoined during the 2000s. Pretty good drummer. Surprisingly, doesn't seem to have any credits between the two eras of Curved Air that he partook in, more than 25 years apart from one another. Appeared on re-emerged to answer Francis Monkman's call, in 1991 for one album, and then and was largely between 1975 and 2002 seems to have been inactive. That's strange, according to Discogs anyway. Do I hear a bit of a harpsichord behind there? I think what's really giving it the flurry feel is the drumming. Yeah, even more than this, the briskness. I mean, just so the interplay between Darryl Way and our drummer Florian. Yeah. just call him. Yeah. Yeah. Darryl Way was taking that theme and just modulating it through all these different keys, and the whole time Florian was just like circling him, like with these big, wide tom rolls. Forgot about this part. Oh, the way that silky tone is just like scaling up. Is it just me, or does Francis Monkman has been playing guitar, like some of the brisk acoustic guitar has been by Francis Monkman, and the harpsichord. Yeah, I was right. Hear that harpsichord again? I wonder what if ELO got to hear this, because ELO had just put out their first album and they were trying to be like really avant-garde and string laden, and they had some pretty like brisk and frenetic moments, like on like No Answer. I wonder if they had. Because this being one of the few other bands that was using strings at this point as an integral, like, rock element, like this being a few years before the emergence of chamber rock. Yeah, I'm wondering if they would have had a sinking feeling as to their own capabilities of extending the concept, and compared to this. Yeah, really, it would be interesting to hear, to have known what Jeff Lynne what the impression that may have made on Jeff Lynne, because by 1972, I don't think Roy Wood cared anymore. He had already walked out, I think, on the project and was going on to Foreign Wizard, but yeah, I think I'm thinking hearing that may have said, okay, this definitely ups the bar on string laden, like, classical rock. Let's hear. You can't play Cheetah without the postlude, Ultra Vivaldi. That do 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 underneath the lead. Yeah, this is a total like Ray Monkman piece. This is like a kind of an alternate take of something they had done already. I love that pitch bending, yeah, gradually getting faster. Higher, it has a hypnotic effect. Zany. Scribbly. And ends on kind of just a low note. Yeah, droning till running out of tape. Anyway, yeah, that was a Curved Air with Ultra Vivaldi, before that Cheetah, and not quite the same. And you know, those last two tracks, well, track and a half, didn't even have our wonderful front moment. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, Curved Air, a very innovative and just impossible to classify band. And all the better for it. Yeah, just pure musical. That's how I'd classify them. Yeah, and experimental and constantly innovative and daring and just exploring new territory. Back when there were quite a few frontiers out there to explore, and they were brave enough to just go all out. Yeah, and in that exploration, in that, you know. Anyway, for more Rubies and Sapphires from the catalog of Curved Air, see the directory of albums by English C artists linked in the description below for Red Hot tracks and purples from this album, the two before it, and the three after it. Yeah. Like and subscribe, follow me on social media, share the video, and leave a comment if there are any observations that you have about the three tracks we just heard, the interplay, the layers, the sounds, the effects, the tweaked out, you know, sounds and all that, the interplay, the harmonics, the craziness, the wildness, wackiness, the lyrics to the first track if you have any observations, yeah, and the layers and such to that. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear-traveled maximalist, signing off.